Okay, there are different support sit beam, di ba? May dakita hinge. It conjugate is ruler. Okay? This is external ha. Diri internal at katapusan and support iya. External hinge and external ruler. Okay? So vice versa in here. If the given beam, the support is ruler, pagka dililit ya conjugate beam, ya conjugate is hinge. Okay, so ibig sabihin, if you have a simply supported beam, ya conjugate is how iton. Pagbabalyon mo lang you have here fixed. Pagka dili magiging free. Diba? Fixed, magiging free. And free end, magiging fixed. Okay? What else? Internal hinge or internal pin, pagka dili magiging internal ruler. Okay. It conjugate beam nimo, it angle of rotation daw, the angle of rotation, the theta, the angle of rotation of the actual beam, okay? And actual nga given talaga nga beam. So the real beam, the real beam na lang. Of the real beam, the theta of the real beam is equal to the shear. Take note ha, shear of the conjugate beam. O, di ba? Kasayon lang pagkuan. Kung nagbibili ka ngayon hand angle o kukuha mo laan shear, masayon mala kay igid practice state mo yung pag pinanimuhin mo yung pagbiling hit shear at any section of a beam, di ba? Oh. Dili naman ano sa naman the deflection of the real beam is equal to the moment of the conjugate beam. Di ba? Masayon la? Oh, theta is V or the shear. Deflection is the moment of the conjugate beam. It pakiana, ano it loading han conjugate beam. It loading it conjugate beam, the load diagram of the conjugate beam is the M over EI of the real beam. The load diagram of the conjugate beam is the M over EI of the real beam. Ano na M over EI? M over EI, ito niya, ang moment diagram, ang real beam. Diba? Nagigits niyo? So, init process. Siyahan, idodrawing mo it moment diagram, han real beam. Okay? Tapos, kukuhaon mo ang conjugate beam, and moment diagram and real beam, amo ang magiging load diagram and conjugate beam. If you solve for the shear and conjugate beam and result, amo nito niyan theta. If you solve for the moment and conjugate beam, amo ito niyan deflection. Example kita. What's the if this is your span is 5 meters, your W is 5 kilonewton per meter. Pero ito yung reaction din. Your RA is equal to, pero ba? 5 times 525, this is 12.5 kilonewton. Your RB is equal to 12.5 kilonewton as well. If this is your point A and point B. Okay? O, dili ka magkuan, magbutang ka rin adan imo reference axis, sabot nga. Okay, tapos idodrawing nimo an imo moment diagram. Ano to? Jadi masaringat to habaw-baw. This is 12.5 times 2.5. Yeah. 31.25. Sige. Kunern. O di naman, may naman niya, 31.25. Kung may naman niya RB gihap, di ba? Pareho yara, 31.25. Tapos may naman niyo didi, nasugad. What's the curve again? What's the degree of the curve? 2. Oh, pera man ini. Pera ini didi. Sige daw, isolve daw. This is equal to 5. Yes. 5 times 2.5 times 2.5 over 2. Asya ba? Negative. O, may da ka na kuan. May da ka na tawag ini moment diagram. This is your moment diagram. And real beam. Okay? Naya kan ini daw nga moment diagram real beam will now be the load diagram of the conjugate beam. But take note, diri ila M. Diri ila M. Naya kan didi M over EI. Okay? consistent nga nit imo EI, pwede i-leave laan ni mo an EI. I-leave out laan ni EI. M laanay. Pero kung diri nga ni consistent, ada kay kailangan mo talaga i-iguan. I-evaluate laan ay bangin iba an EI didihan ang first half ang span, tas ang second half ang span, bangin iba ang EI. So, you have to include that in the computation. Okay? Pero kung consistent nga na yung EI, pwede later na lang natin i-divide ang EI. This is the real beam, ha? Ano kita conjugate beam? Ano it's what conjugate beam? Ano ito loading? Masugad. Okay, habaw-baw. It direction niya pa upward. Kaya ito habaw-baw. Okay? Tapos dili na sugad. Downward naman ini. Kaya di ilan. O sige. Take note, this is 31.25. This is kilonewton meter. The negative 15.63. 625. 625. This is in kilonewton. O sige, mayakan. Find the, ini ha, nasa link pa kay Ana. Find the deflection at the midspan. Pananglita, no? Deflection. Ano gibibiling kay deflection man? Is it the shear or the moment? Ano to? Balik kita nga di. Deflection gibibiling of the real beam. So, ano't bibili mo natin na conjugate? And moment. O, sige. And moment, hit yan nga mga forces. Forces na ini ha? Forces. So, paano natin, bilang nga lang natin ang reaction niya. And conjugate. Ano with mga reaction? Sige daw. You just add, then divide, di ba? Asya ba? This will be 31.25 times 5 minus the degree is 2, di ba? 1/3. The base is 2.5. The height is 15. 15.625. Pero in here, 31.25 times 5 minus 2 times 1/3 times 2.5 times 15.625. Correct answer, 130.21. Is that right? Uy, asya na ba? Divide 2 pa. Kaya reaction ba't yung bibiling? I-divide 2 na lang natin diretso para divide 2. 65. This is in kilonewton. Kilonewton. Amo na niya R. RA plus RB. Positive ya. Positive ba ya? Positive, right? So, kung positive, upward it iya net force. So, aton RA should be negative, downward. Paano yan? Sige. Explain ko kung paano. Magiging downward ya dapat. Kasi masaling ka man. Summation of forces along Y is equal to 0. Let's take upward as the positive. So, we have the 31.25 times 5. 2 times 1/3 is 2.5 times 15.625. Tapos, assuming upward, nag-assume ka nga upward, plus, duha nga RA, duha nga R, this is equal to 0. Divide mo magiging result will be negative, pero ito 65.10. Then, this is kilonewton. Negative ang result ni mo. So, ibig sabihin, mali mo assumption na upward. Diba? Downward yeah, indeed. Downward. Downward din niya. Oh, dili kita. Ikukuha natin yung moment, ha? Ano niya moment at the midspan? Midspan kasi, di ba, moment and midspan. Summation of moment. Magpapas kayong cutting plane din, Magpapas kayong cutting plane. You're taking the left side of the cutting plane. The cutting plane is AA. From the cutting plane AA, meron yung nasugad. This is your cutting plane. Diba na ito ka mo? Meron mo di force. Pero ito nga force, 65.10. 65.10. Tapos may dani mo di nasugad. Upward naman ini. The magnitude here is 31.25. Tapos may dani mo di nasugad. Pero niya, negative 15.625. O kuha it net moment niya. Amo nito niya deflection at the midspan. Ano man? Summation of moment at AA, AA, hindi kasi natin ngaranhan natin section, is equal to 0. Let's take clockwise as the positive movement. Ano ba mga clockwise dida? This one, 31.25, diba? That is triangle. So we have here 1/2. The base is 2.5. The height is 31.25. The moment arm is 2.5 over 3 minus. This is second degree, diba? Area niya is 1/3. The base is 15. Ay, naikupulit negative. Kaya adi na. Meron na kita negative. 15.625. 1/3 base times. The base pala. Nangalimutan ko ano. 2.5. Moment arm. 2.5 over 4. Is that right? Minus. Adi pa. 65.10. 65.10 times 2.5. This is equal to, no. Ay na. What happened? Okay? Take note, may da, di ba, this is yung cutting plane, may da pa di da moment na sugad, tas may da shear. Sorry, baliktad ako. May da shear, tas may da moment nga na sugad. Di ba nakaka-remember ka mo? May da sugad. I-assume nimo the kung ano the moment is clockwise. Counterclockwise. So minus ka didi. Minus the moment at AA. Sorry. The moment. This is the moment at AA. Moment at the section A. This is equal to 0, of course. Everything is given here except lang yung value ng MAA. Diba? You can solve for the value of MAA. Tira ba? This is equal to 0.5 times 2.5 times 31.25 times 2.5 divided 3 plus, minus 1/3 times 15.625 times 2.5 times 2.5 divided 4 minus 65.10 times 2.5. Negative 138.34. Is that right? Asya niyo nakuha. O, kanina, wala pa niyo i-divide di ang EI, di ba? O, i-divide di ang EI. Amin yan moment. And moment a conjugate beam. A conjugate beam, which is tayakan equal to the deflection of the real beam. O, so, ang moment niya din amo nito niya ang deflection niya nga kuan, niya nga beam. O, pero man, 138.34 over EI. Ano nito niya answer? That's the deflection at the midspan. Di ba masayon? Itry natin pag-answer natin. This is interesting. Sige ba? Pwede makakuha natin yung answer. Nakanto ka? Di ba nakatunan natin, please? Sige. Ano to? Magtalapag na kita, 5 kilonewton per meter. This is 5 and this is 2 meters. My drawing is not drawn to scale. So, pagpasensyahan nyo na. Okay, sige. Reaction. Sige, dali. Reaction diretso. Let's A. This is B. This is C. This is RA. This is RB. Okay, let's solve for RB first. RB is equal to, pera. Sige daw. 5 times 7 times 7 over 2 divided by 5. The result is 24.5. Do you agree? This is 24.5. This is in kilonewton. 24.5 pero didit RA. Masaling ka 5 times 7 minus 24.5 minus this one. The result is 10.5. Do you agree? The sum of this one should be equal to the totality of this one. 5 times 7 is 35. Asya ba? Okay. These are in kilonewton, of course. RA is 10.5, tapos 24.5. Summation of forces summation of moments lang yan, nakuha. Okay, meron na kita. So, i-drawing natin moment diagram. Masayon la. Init aton kuan. It aton reference point. Amulit bahala, di ba? Reference point ta din para waray moment in RB. So, na-eliminate natin ang usang ako. Didi, masugad. Pero niya, 10.5. Pero wait here, 10.5 times 10.5 times 5, di ba? Asya ba? 52.5, is that right? Sige, didi, masugad. Okay, so dinhi, ini, adi nakita nga karba, second degree hiya. Kasi zero degree loading, pagka shear diagram, first degree, pagka moment diagram, second degree. Okay, so this will be, pera ba? 5, the negative because it's downward, 5 times the magnitude of, ito nga 5, and magnitude ito na heading of force, times 5, the distance, di ba? Times 5 over 2. Siya ba? 5 times 5 times 5 over 2. Do you agree? 5 times 5 times half kanyan hinga 5. 5 over 2. Okay? Ini nga 60.5 ada ito niya dida. Okay? Next, adi pa. Didi, ang kabila. Nasugad. Of course, dito niya masyadong maduot na dito. O, didi. This will be merge. Okay. This will be negative. Of course, negative kay downward. Negative 5 times 2 times 2 over 2 or 1. Di ba? 10. Oh, keda. Keda. Oh, may ka na kuan. May ka na, tawag niyo, may ka na moment diagram. This moment diagram now will be your, load diagram para nga to ha, conjugate beam. Ano yung conjugate beam? Kita daw ninyo. What's the conjugate beam? This is hinge. What's the conjugate of the external hinge? Ruler, di ba? Uy, adito. Nangmalimot na ka mo. Hinge. Ruler. Uy. Hinge, ruler. Ruler, hinge. Fixed, free. Free, fixed. Internal pin, internal ruler. Vice versa. Ano yun eh? Ruler, di ba? Ruler. Okay, ruler. Siyempre, it length and beam. Same lang ang hawiton. O, didi. Ano niya? Internal hinge, di ba? Internal, dila anay. Free end. Pagka didi, ano man niya? Fixed, di ba? O. Fixed. Didi, this one, ano tiya? Pagka didi, ano niya? Balik. Niya, di ba? Internal.
Pin, sir.
Pin. Take note, pin. Okay, can you see the screen? Okay. Adiyan natin conjugate beam, ha? An aton hinge naging ruler. An aton free end didi naging fixed. An aton ruler, internal ruler, naging internal pin. Naging pin hiya. Ako ha, take note, pin cannot support moment. It can only support X and Y forces. Okay? Butang natin didian aton mga wala natin dinayakan. Sugad. Pasensyahin na rin yung drawing ha. This drawing is not drawn to scale. 62.5. Tapos meron natin didina sugad. Negative 10. 10 la ba?
Yes.
Didi baw pero 52.5. Question. Ano pakianahan naton problem? Oh, ano wara? Diri andito naton quiz. Kay quiz in naton, can you remember? This is our quiz. Find the deflection at the free end, di ba? Asyan pakiana.
Yes, sir.
I think so. Find the deflection at the free end. So kung deflection nga niya free end, moment itong didit in bibiling. Asya ba? Moment, di ba? Sige, kay moment man, okay, fix siya din ni, di ba? Pin. Pag bulagon ta nga ni, bubulagon ta ha, pin hiya didi, it only support X and Y forces. But since waray man iba nga forces along the X, Y let iya masusupport. Nasugad? Upward ini, take note, upward. Gina-assume ko lang nga ang dito happen is upward. Assumption ko like niya. Dito niya actual nga ko. So later mababaroan natin kung if akong assumption is correct. Okay? Lugarong ko lahat para makuha nga may dala force. And this is negative 62.50. And this one right here is 52.5. Okay, so this one, the reaction at the tawag ini at the pin. Okay, so paano natin ma-determine reaction at the pin? Pwede ka magsamhan for some of moments at A. Diba this is your A, this is your B, this is your C. Okay, pwede ka magsamhan moment at point A. Okay, summation of moments at point A is equal to 0. Take note, wala di moment ha. Wala yung moment dida because that's a pin. Pin cannot support moment. So wala niya moment. This is equal to 0. Let's take clockwise as the positive moments. Ano mga positive dida? Didi kita nagpo-moment ha. Of course, you have their this is downward, di ba? Adi, positivity ang moment. So magiging, don't include the negative sign ha. We are, adi natin yung susunod na convention. Basta clockwise, if iyakuan, magiging positivity ang moment. So this will be, second degree, di ba? What's the area? 1/3. The base is 5. The height is 62.5. The moment arm is 3/4 of 5. Okay? Okay. Plus minus, and adi naman, ng 52. That is triangle, 1/2. The base is 5. The height is 52.50. The moment arm is 2/3 of 5. Diba? Plus minus, adi na. Let's name this RB. Reaction at RB. This is equal to 0. Waray naman iba, di ba? What's RB?
Ang RB may times 5 pa.
Okay. Moment pala ngayon kita, ano? Or may dapat times 5. Times 5 pa. 5 RB. May dapat times 5 kasi may moment arm. What's RB? Kindly solve. This is equal to i-divide ko na lang, diba, in 3 later. 1/3 times 5 times 62.5 times 3 times 5 divide 4. Tapos minus 1/2 times 5 times 51 ito. 52.5 times 2 times 5 divide 3. Tapos eventually, i-divide ko here in 5. What's your answer? Huh? Dili mo palit aton answer?
Sir, na 1/30 mo instead of 1/3.
Ay, oo. Thank you. Okay. Dapat. Kanit akong sa'yo. Asya na ba? 9/38. Is that right? RB is equal to negative 9.38. Okay. Now this time, ang left segment naman, right segment, I mean, the right segment net ato ni ko consider ang BC. Ito drawing ko didi ha, the right segment. Ang sugal. Didi ha. Okay, negative ang aton answer. Ibig sabihin, in reality, the direction of RB segment AB is downward. Mali ang aton assumption. Nag-assume kasi kita nga upward here din, di ba? So downward ngayon here talaga. HAB. Now by action-reaction, kung downward here HAB, downward, ibutan ko rin ha, in reality, downward here. Okay. Action-reaction, pagka tinili BC, magiging upward here. Di ba? Asya ba? Na-gets? Kung kaya ano upward here, didi. Negative. Ang aton assumption is upward. Negative ang result. So, ibig sabihin, mali ang aton assumption. Dapat downward hiya. Segment AB. Pagka di segment BC, action-reaction, magiging upward hiya. Okay? So, upward na hiya, ano pa ba mga forces between BC? Here, di ba? Nakita niyo? Sige. Butang natin dito. This is ako na rin habaw ba? Masubad na to. This is 9.38. Tapos didimida natin. Masugad, di ba? This is in second degree. The magnitude is negative 10. Okay? Deflection at the free end. Kuha mo ulit moment niya din. Moment is equal to pera ba? 9.38 multiplied by 2 minus 1/3 kay second degree man. 1/3. The base is 2, which is 2. The height is 10. The moment arm, what's the moment arm? 3/4. 3/4 of 2. Pera ba yun? This is equal to 9.38. 9.38 times 2 minus 1/3 times 2 times 10 times 3 times 2. 5, 4. Asya ba? Ito yun ako. 15 something. Did asya?
Sir, try na akong pag-free moment.
Mag-ibig answer.
Yes, sir.
What's your answer?
8.75.
48 times 2 minus 1/3 base times 10. Times 10 times 3. 1/3 times 2 times 10 times 3 pa times 2 divide 4. 8.76 Marlon. It answer. I'm sorry. May da
Okay,
sayo pa na akong dili. Peran imo answer and 3 moment equation.
8.75.
8.76. Siguro dito na nagkakataluhit mga decimal places or something. Ano mo answer is 8.75?
Yes, sir.
Okay na ito. 9.
Ito na ato 9.38.
9.375 dapat. Sige daw, 9.37. 8.75. Siya na Marlon. Kasi dapat daw this is not 9.38. This is kasi akong yung gamit kasi 9.375 dapat ang yung gamit. 9.38. Siya na. The result is 8.75. So, ganun. Kung ang papabiling is angle of deflection at the free end. Imo lang ko ano niya shear. Ano niya shear? Masaring kala. The shear is equal to pero ba? There is one na lang natin ano. This will be pero ba? 9.38 minus 1/3 times 2 times 10. Siya na, di ba? 2.713 divided times 1,000 raised to 3 divided by EI. Kasi itong result in radian. Kasi ang shear daw, may itong hiyaan, angle of deflection, hanimo real beam. Okay? And shear is the angle of deflection and real beam, and moment is the deflection of the real beam. Okay, and shear and moment hand conjugate. Any question? Parang
Sir,
okay ba? Okay. Yes.
adto nga imo reaction ha. Adto nga fictitious reaction nga daha may A kanang conjugate beam nga reaction. Amo na to mismo kuan ang reaction niya.
Again, dili ko gets. Ano ni pakiana?
Adto nga imo na kuha nga reaction may
Diin.
kuan point A kanang conjugate beam. Asa nagipiton imo kuan angle of deflection.
Point A. Ano yung point A?
Ada di ba sir hitting diagram?
Point A. Di nga point A. This is
Yes,
point
sir.
A.
Kung ko ba niyo man reaction dida? Ore ano? So it makukuha nga reaction dida amo na kuan angle of deflection.
Dinhi.
Yes sir.
Oo. Actually, makukuha nga angle of deflection. It reaction niya dida. Actually, di riton reaction and shear. Pero kung it
Yes.
reaction dida, asya malit iya magiging shear, di ba? Kasi
Yes,
na,
sir.
reaction niya. Are there any question or clarification? Okay, sige. Kung wala na yung question, sige, you are dismissed. Thank you for listening to my lecture. I hope you learned something new. Ganun.